Hello, beautiful people of the internet. I've got no mustache, but I've got lots of hopes and dreams for our episode today. Welcome to episode 100 of Blueprints. It's insane to think that we're on episode 100 and that there is no end in sight. It's day 120 in Blueprints. In the last episode, I don't know, I got kind of obsessed with crowns. And I couldn't really figure out a way to make them work together. But most importantly of all, we got a little note that said, "Steady is the scepter, deadly is the stone, heavy is the crown, ready is the throne." I don't know what it means, but that's what it says. I grabbed my wrong notebook. Let me get this out and get it ready. So, welcome. What's the plan for today? Well, the plan is the same thing it always is. Right now. Draft a lot of treasure trove. And keep experimenting with the blessing of the monk, which is now gone as of today. We kept ornate compass and key card, which is interesting. We have our mail is amateur lockpick kit, coupon book, and 2 keys. That's all great. It's all fantastic. So, let's go outside first. Start out here. I think the plan generally, like I said, is to draft as much treasure trove as possible to keep messing around with stuff out here if possible. So we're gonna take secret passage. Rotating it would be wild. It can't rotate. I was like, if you can enter from the other side, right? We learned that you can probably do that while it's in the house. Okay, is there anything out here that is different in secret passage when it is on the outside? Still have these. I wondered if my expectation when we drafted this room outside, by the way, was going to be that maybe it would start with this bookshelf sort of open, and that we wouldn't be able to select a book to then decide on. So what should we select here? I don't freaking know. I don't really have a... If this works, which I still don't think that it probably will, what would we want to pick? Well, I don't know. Red rooms, I don't see anything that screams at me to try out here. Green rooms... I also don't see anything that screams at me. We've tried Secret Garden out here, and it was interesting, but not interesting in a productive way. Shops, maybe. The problem is we don't have Armory, which would be the one that I would be interested in getting out here. Hallways, maybe Foyer, maybe Great Hall. I don't know. They're both more important rooms. And then bedrooms. Maybe Master Bedroom. I highly doubt that is out here, though, you know? Just because it's like, why would it be out here? It's only on the eastern wing. Of them all, I think probably green rooms with the potential for, like, more space being available. Let's try it. See what happens. It doesn't go anywhere. This is exactly what we expected. But the good news is, now we know. So, here's the deal. Let's go get treasure trove, and then let's start cycling through rooms as much as possible. And see if we can't get our blessing back so we can start experimenting more outside. I can check secret passageway off of our list of things to try outside. I will also do my best to run you through sort of what my vague to-do list is so far. Generally in the game, despite some of these things being stuff we might not do in this particular episode. Give me 1 second to talk about that. Dang, none of that worked out. Okay, we need a treasure trove. We need a lost and found observatory, a conservatory. Got a couple ivory dice. Okay. We can start calling it. We can call it a day in break room for today. That's fine. Doesn't matter. None of this shit matters. There's observatory. I will say I had one. I had only one thought about our steady as the scepter document between episodes, and the only thought I had is I got so obsessed with crowns last episode. What about the possibility heavy as the crown is the one that does not exactly like fit the pattern? And what if that is a reference to the fact that the paper crown is probably much lighter than the blue prince crown? Do I need to try and like put the blue prince crown on the closed exhibit? Like little saying all of this out loud does not make it make more sense. Heavy is the crown? I don't know. Do we take the light crown and replace it with the heavy one? Do we? I don't know. I don't know what it means. I can't get treasure trove, but that's okay. We'll get there eventually. Let's draft one room and then go back and start going towards the other corner. Security. I will say, do I set up an experiment here, or do I have a small interest in checking the radiation levels. I'm gonna try it. We set up experiments almost every day. They tend to trigger like once, twice max. I don't think we've probably hit the radiation levels, but because my understanding was that we were like 1/100th of the way. I'm confused. Oh. No? Yes, okay. Okay, I may have been I have a new idea about how this works. So my previous understanding of this was that we need to get a radiation reading of 12 USV, whatever that unit stands for, or higher, which will then unlock all of the doors in the house. Here's, and in my and in my head there were two sort of related assumptions. I don't know if these were assumptions or if these were based on info. Maybe I found stuff in the laboratory. Let me look at the laboratory real quick. My assumption was that the radiation reading on the house, on the estate, would only ever go up. And my assumption on that is based on the idea that, like, probably based mostly in my limited understanding of radiation in real life, which is like, it's harmful. It is oftentimes, many times, every time, I don't know, oftentimes, a like long lingering sort of environmental type of poison, for lack of a much more scientific word, because of the half-life stuff. Half-lives of certain radioactive materials end up being like long, many human generations, if not longer. Meaning that like when a place gets radioactive, it stays radioactive, and so the numbers don't go down. But here's what I'm thinking. I'm pretty damn positive the last time I checked radiation levels, they were 0.12. So why are they 0.07? That's down. That's 100% down. That's a lot down. I mean, it's not 100% down. It's about 50% down. I'm going to put... So if it's down... Okay, here was the other assumption I had. If radiation levels only ever go up, then you accumulate enough experiments, you hit 12, and then from then on, you could always log into the bomb shelter, check the radiation, and unlock every door in the house at the start of every run. But if they also go down, that is not true. And here's the other thing. If they go up and down, then it might be that the number here, which we're going to have to experiment with the experiments, the amount of times an experiment triggers might be the amount of radioactivity that it adds to the house on that day, on the next day, on the next week. I don't know. There's this number. There's this like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's like 8 little graphs there. Maybe it's in the last 8 days, last 10 days. Does that make sense? As a, like, look at these little bars kind of going up and down. They all look pretty low. I wonder if we had one day with a shit ton of experiments, if one of those bars would be high. You know? I don't know. We need to figure out how the mechanic works. I don't know that it's going to be as beneficial as I thought. If the number can go down, then I don't get to just unlock doors forever. I thought I could unlock doors forever. I've checked my notes on laboratory. I don't see anything found in laboratory that talks about radiation. I think it's possible. Let me scroll real quick. I think it's possible we found a letter in mailroom that had some sort of hint about or explanation about laboratory. This is the one where I'm going backwards in order. This is no more help. This is the microchip doors. You'll have to find a new clue or two. Interesting. To find the other microchips. Or two. I love the fact that it was referencing two, which I did not know. This is server admin controls. This is Randolph asked Kirk Darren. A new clue. Break the bricks in the weight room with something that has a handle and very heavy. Members of the staff here. Nothing at all about... God, it's really crazy to hear this. To see these clues and be like, oh my God, we've come such a long way since we were trying to solve that problem. The gas torches, gas power. Okay. Nothing. Laboratory. Steam duct, laboratory. Yeah, okay. That's everything. So, nothing Nothing yet. Nothing there is what I should say. Okay. So we need to get treasure trove again. I guess we'll just... grab some shit real quick. This is not turning out to be the quick run that I thought it would be. That's because I dawdled and I read some stuff, and that's okay. You can't call that a waste of time, because it's how most of the solutions to this game come to me, is dawdling and trying to figure stuff out. All right, let's draft towards the corner. We're looking for... treasure trove. Shouldn't have grabbed that. We're looking for... we already got observatory. We're looking for conservatory. There's treasure trove directly into the corner. We like that. Okay, I did have one other thought on treasure trove recently, by the way. Okay, I think it stands to reason that if a lot of the memos in this room have been about the true treasure of the trove, that we know is true. And if the thing we found by drafting treasure trove outside of the house is the quote-unquote true treasure of the trove, then I think it stands to reason that eventually in this room, in these memos, we will get a clue about the key to the true treasure of the trove. So I think probably it's still super in our best interest to just draft the shit out of treasure trove, get as many clues as possible. Still try to get blue tents, because that also sounds like it's going to have memos. I don't know if the memos will be on the same topic or if they will be different. But let me take a screenshot. This is blueprints. Treasure trove box 17. The question is how long it will be before we get one of those. Or if, but my assumption would be if they know how to point you towards where the true treasure of the trove is, then they ought to point you how to get the key, right? Eventually. Okay, we're just basically going for conservatory here. If we get it, great. If we don't, we will probably... I should get coat check. I should get coat check. I might take Lost and Found here, and then not go in it until I draft coat check. Lost and Found is also on my list. Okay, let's go draft coat check and probably put ornate compass, maybe shovel. Okay. Boiler room's good. Coat check, coat check. Come on, please, please, please. Redraw so that I get something. We can rotate, we can rotate, we can rotate. We can take dove coat and rotate a different direction. Break room's even better. Okay. I had another thought I was just about to say. Shit, what was it? I also think we're at 179 coins with treasure trove right now. One of the things I would really like to... Okay, let's think about strategies for how we get... I really love ornate compass. It's so good. But shovel is so key for those other runs, you know? We'll do ornate compass. Okay. How do we get 400 coins in one run? Treasure trove building up is definitely one of the ways that could happen. 100%. However, I also think... Lost our magnifying glass. That's okay. Got a secret garden key. Nothing new on these shelves. I'm really just banking on them eventually giving me something new there. How do we get 400 coins? That was the thought I was trying to finish. 1, we just draft treasure trove a shit ton. 2, laundry room helps us get there if we have a ton of other items. 3, conservatory can help us make casino less... Either less rare again. I don't remember what its original rarity was. Less rare again? If we do that, we can always take 200 coins into casino and probably try and turn it into 400 coins. I think that's really worth it. As a long-term plan is to change the rarity of casino again. In the meantime, I think we have accomplished everything we need to for this run. I think we probably should just call it a day inside of break room, because I don't need to call it a day in a different room for now. Let's go try and get the blessing of the monk, or the blessing of the gardener, which I am also interested in. I really apologize if my voice is coming across any different in these videos. I am currently dealing with some sickness, and my voice is different. At least to my ears, maybe not to yours. Oftentimes when I say that, people say 2 things. They're like, 1, don't apologize. And I'm like, I know, but, you know. I'm not apologizing that I'm sick. I'm apologizing if my voice sounds any different or worse to you. And 2, I don't remember what else I was going to say. Oh, I say that so that, like, if you're like, does his voice sound different? You're not like, am I crazy? We did not get what we want. So we immediately go, none of this matters. Don't even grab this shit. It's fine. Let's go get treasure trove and get out of here. We want blessing of the monk. We want shrine is what we want. Treasure trove is, I've just now pieced this together. Getting treasure trove is like getting +5 to your allowance every run. It's crazy. Like, we have it rare, like, common enough, right? It's fucking commonplace. It's like getting an extra 5 allowance to your, or extra 5 to your allowance every single day. Crazy. We'll take conservatory. Please give me casino! Let's fucking go! I was going to say, give me casino, and if not, I will change the rarity. Let's make it probably standard. We don't need it every run right off the bat, but we do need it eventually in the run where we are going to try for 400 coins. That feels great. Mailroom standard is fine. It's been a little bit more annoying to have that room, so I kind of am considering turning it down a little bit, but I think it's fine at standard for now. All right, real quick. This is supposed to be a quick run, but let's think about something real quick. The letter puzzle. I'm opening a document on my computer. Castle. Castle, idiot. Castle, letter. I don't know what this is. I don't know what it is. But I have to keep trying stuff on it because... can I zoom in, please? There we go. Because I think we have enough of a foot in the door that I just have to figure this out. I think they're meant to be read horizontally, despite the fact that castle and idiot are kind of words. XDXRRT is not. 6 Could just be 6. Because there's the whole Mary and Mary. You know, part of a new clue. 6. 6 add 6. As in like plus? As in like addition? 12? Question mark? As in 6 plus 6 equals 12. 1246. 1246. Sacred circle comes from the map in classroom. Just go ahead and find that real quick. Tor. 46. 6 add 6. 12. 12 plus 46. 58. 58 is right here. 58 is right there. That could be something. 58. What does it mean though? What is it referring to? 58 word east. "58th word of east." What is east? Do we have any books on the east? 58th word of a book that has east in the title? I don't think any of them do. Curse of Blackbridge does not have that. We could certainly count the 58th word. Curse of Blackbridge is probably one of the words that has 58 words in it. Let me change this real quick. 12 plus 46 equals 58 on map. It's on the map. And by that, I mean the classroom map. This has to be something. I just don't know what it is. That's such a funny way of phrasing this. I don't understand this puzzle. This has to be something. I just don't know what it is. To me, this has always looked like the back of a turtle, you know? Or like stepping stones in a garden. They're kind of ordered. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. So they are actually opposites. Like there, you go across, 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 across. Tor is facing counterclockwise. Rot is facing clockwise. Is that what that means? These two circles are different. I was just sitting here thinking, I don't know where my fucking pen, it's right here. My pen's right here. I was just sitting here thinking, the cuckoo clock in A New Clue has an arrow that in a new clue 2, in a newer clue, has a drawing, a circle, arrows, very similar, that I believe go clockwise. Let me check. It actually goes counterclockwise. Interesting. And the counterclockwise here is Tor, and Rot is the opposite way. And it makes sense that Rot and Tor would be opposites in their direction because the words are opposites in their direction. So let me write all of that down. Tome after tome that the library loaned, that the books that he had that he already owned were searched from their covers all the way through. If you found a new clue, he'd know what to do. Tinder Cipher. Is it possible one of the books has a 58th word or something like that in it? I don't know. I'm operating a couple different things at once here. Here. What did I just do? Oops. Rot equals clockwise. Or equals counter? Question mark? Is that correct? Rot equals clockwise. Or equals counterclockwise. 6 add 6. 12. Tor lore et. I don't know what that means exactly. But 58 is kind of nuts that 58 is on this map. Now, it could be there because they wanted to do this, like 8 plus 8. Do you think this is like a combination key, like a combination lock, like spin this way, then this way? You know, in a combination lock, you have to spin clockwise, counterclockwise, clockwise kind of situation. You know, 8 plus 8 is 16, times 2 is 32, plus 58 is 90. So it's possible it's just doing some weird math there, but like. But why have 58 when 46 plus 12 equals 58? I don't know. I don't know what the sacred fucking circle means. Is there one more thought. Do any of these book titles have East in the title? No, you also can't spell East from denoted in verse. You can spell et. Can you spell like lore? You can spell tor. Can you spell 6? ADD? A? No, you can't. There's no A. I was like, can you spell this puzzle? No, there's not even close, but I don't know. Okay. Of these books, one of them could have East in the title. That would be Draft the Six. Like if you rearrange the words, Draft the Sixes, aka the fixed stars. The problem is the Red Prince could have no, it couldn't. It doesn't have 2 T's. I was going to say it could have et. But it cannot. So do we look at the fixed stars? I don't think it's got a 58th page. Does it have a 58th? Word? That feels like an insane thing to say. Just to double check my own math here, because I'd hate to be wrong. What the books we have: A New Clue 2, Architects Volume 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. The Curse of Blackbridge, which we could look at and see if it has. Does it have page numbers? It does not. Fuck. Because this is an interesting book, and we probably do need to reread it. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. LOL. 9, 11, 13, 15, 17, 19, 21, 23, 5, 27, 29, 31, 33, 35, 37, 39, 41, 43, 45, 47, 49, 51. It's got 51 pages. Does it have, what's the 58th word? And where do you start? Oh, I don't know. I think we made a little bit of progress on this. Rot and Tor, clockwise and counterclockwise. That means something, for sure. 6 add 6, 12. Could be 1246 or 12 plus 46. Word east. I don't know. I think we're solving something. We just don't know what it is. Anyways, back to it. The whole reason I started talking about this is that when I see rooks in rooms, I think about castle because of the difference between castle and king, swap king and queen, or swap king and rook. And then I get excited and I get distracted. Okay, we're still looking for a treasure trove, so we need a key. Got it. Then we need a lost and found treasure trove observatory. Any of the above, we'll take observatory. We'll take treasure trove. Let's fucking go. I don't know that we need to grab the money. I don't think we do. Hold up. Before I do anything, take a screenshot. I didn't even try to figure out the last treasure trove because I really don't think I want to at this exact state. Like, specifically the types of treasure troves that are about, like, what color of box and memo together equals wrong or right? Now, that said, memo 17 did say green memos in pink boxes are always false. And we are looking at a thing which I believe most likely has to be false. That said, we're just going to save it and leave because I don't actually need to look at it. I need more treasure troves. I don't need to solve more treasure troves. If that makes sense. Laundry room is really not helpful for this problem, and here's why. My unpowered trades are gems and coins. I'll always have more gems than coins. Or more coins than gems, almost always. Minus that one run, where I think we used laundry room to switch it. You can switch keys and gems. Doesn't help 400 coins. Keys and coins doesn't help 400 coins. Powered, you can switch footsteps and gems. I mean, you could switch footsteps and gems and then switch gems and coins, maybe. But that's a lot of work. Stars and allowance. At this point, we want our allowance to be higher. And then dice and keys. Laundry room is really not helpful for what we're trying to do here. You know? So, let's go back and... for this specific problem. There's a chance it could drop, like push us over the edge, but I don't think that chance is high. Let's draft towards the corner, see if we get anything good. We should check the radiation levels because we did not successfully. We didn't even get a experiment going yesterday. So, will it be lower? Will it not? Let's find out. It's higher. I need to think for a second about where in my notes I may have any information about radiation. One of the places I could have information about the bomb shelter would be in one of the architect books. But I need to find which one that would be. It is Architect Volume 5. And all it says on shelter is even further underground provisions are stored in the estate's bomb shelter. The purpose is like the root cellar, preservation of people. That's all it says. So it does not say shit about radiation. Which is a little confusing to me. Or which is a little bit of a bummer to me. It's not confusing, it's a bummer. Just looking through my documents. Anything else that would have radiation? Did any of the foreman logs say anything? I mean, the foreman, they wouldn't have radiation as a problem. They had, like, water supply as a problem. The foreman logs point you towards how to use, like, how to change water levels and use steam power or something. Okay. I can't think of anything, so let's keep going. Okay. We'll keep thinking on that. Radiation is back into our... I went the wrong way. Is back into our brain. The levels changed between the last two, which is really interesting. The levels changed between the last two when I didn't... It went up, despite the fact that I didn't run an experiment. I assumed experiment would run it, would make it go higher. We take lost and found here. This is the last thing we need for this day. And need is a very strong word. Just kind of hoping eventually it'll pay off with more on these shelves, but it hasn't worked out yet. Okay. Let's call it a day inside of... I think we just keep calling it a day in break room for now. Go to planetarium. It's better in planetarium. Then let's go get the blessing of the monk, hopefully. Call it a day. All right. Tor and Rot are... Do you think we ought to draft Clock Tower again? It's been so long since we've been there. Okay, I was going to tell you guys about my to-do list. At the start of the next run, I was thinking I could tell you about my to-do list. My to-do list involves the general nudges from our community towards Treasure Trove and Gift Shop. Related to Shrine, I would like to get the Blessing of the Monk and experiment a ton with putting rooms there, including Tunnel, rooms with 4 doors, Foundation. I would also like to get the Blessing of the Gardener. I would like to figure out the Furnace Freezer. Take a shot. Furnace Freezer thing. Or get that letter out of the freezer is the important thing. Potentially getting to room 46 by 9 a.m., although I don't know about that. Looking north on the 4th of the month. Do I know what that means? Yes, it's a reference to the 4th looked north, which might be the XYZ puzzle. More on that in a second. XYZ ABC. I'd like to find out more about Bo Lee and crew. Shrine, let's fucking go. But I don't know... how to. I'd like to tunnel off the map in other files. I think I'm pretty much done with that, although I kind of want to try tunneling south. We'll see. Call it a day inside of the master bedroom. Explore the north part of the western path outside of garage. Buy blue tints for 400 coins. Light the candles in the throne room. They appear already lit, but I would just check it again. I'm obsessed with the cuckoo clock. I can't do anything with it, but I'm obsessed with it. I want to resolve XYZ ABC. And by resolve, I mean solve it probably for the first time, because I don't understand how I've solved it the last time. Inside of a new clue. I'd like to continue checking under beds because of that weird line in a new clue. I'm interested in uppercase letters and the uppercase letters in a new clue. I need an Orinda-shaped key for the true treasure of the house. Or true treasure of the trove. I'd like to put room 46 outside, then go north of antechamber and see what happens. I'd like to draft other rooms outdoors, including armory, clock tower, vestibule, garage, pool, something from the underground. I'd like to reread The Curse of Blackbridge. I should do that very soon. Steady is the scepter. Should I be looking at the Arindian scepter in some way, shape, or form? And next on my list, break shrine box. What I mean by that? Steady is the scepter, deadly is the stone, heavy is the crown, ready is the throne. The line from Curse of Blackbridge says... There's no key to that box. Pick up a rock of sizable dimensions. You break the box. Deadly is the stone. You've opened that which never should have been opened and you are cursed. Do you think deadly is the stone refers to the stone he uses to break the box? Or this effigy carved from stone? I think it's more the carved from stone effigy. But at first I thought it was the stone you used to break the box. So I was thinking, let's just fucking look around for a stone. Because you could just break it by just like popping your... Just like popping it with your... By clicking it. I don't know how it breaks it exactly, but... So I'm debating, do I break this and get cursed, which has never worked for me in the past. I think it's possible that there is something related to being cursed that, like, there's some secret of the house or shrine or something that can only happen when you are cursed. Which would be a challenge, a challenging puzzle, right? You have to become cursed, then do something. That said, I'm having so much luck with the fucking shrine itself, and I don't want to not roll the dice here, you know? So I think we probably roll the dice here. If we don't get what we want, then we break it and see what happens, right? I can't put in more than 80? Blessing of the berry picker. Yeah, I think we take the money back. This gets us cursed. For 2 days. Fuck! Am I crazy? Didn't we open this thing? We need keys. All right, now we got to get... Now, option number 1 is get rid of the... Goal number 1 is get rid of the curse. So let's do that. I need a single key. Let's just go break room. Get one, go back, and see what happens if we do it. 2 squared is 4. Times 2 is 8. Divided by 4 is 2. Divided by 1 is still 2. 20 minus 4 is 16 rounded to 20. Minus 12 is 8 rounded to 10. Minus 4.5, so it rounds up to 10 again, right? Yeah. Okay. Let's go see what happens if we open this box. Cursed gives you lose stuff when you draft certain types of rooms, and you lose a lot if you draft a red room. Is there any way that there would be some sort of... mechanic where if you are cursed, you can get access to something that you could not otherwise? Be it knowledge or a place or a thing, an item, whatever. Did I sledgehammer this shit? Is that what I did? I bet I sledgehammered it. I feel like I've opened that. Let's go try and draft treasure trove. Now I kind of want a sledgehammer to see what happens if you're already cursed and you open that box. Our playthrough's been so long at this point that I'm forgetting what I have and haven't done. But let's be honest, that could happen very quickly. Give me something good. Give me something good. None of those are good. Observatory's fun. If you were able to access something that you couldn't access otherwise while you are cursed, what would it be? Would it be something in a red room because red rooms are the hardest thing to draft of all when you're cursed? We're going to check shelter again. 0.07, 0.11. 0.05. I feel like there's definitely somewhere in... maybe it's architect volume, then a description of laboratory. Do any of the books have a description of laboratory? I feel like there's somewhere where I'm given more info about experiments, right? Sorry, I'll let you in on what I'm doing here, which is just scrolling through these architect books. This is a lot of info on wine cellar. Oh no, these aren't about wine cellar. Only one of them is. Okay. Does anything have access? Do any of these books have information about lab? God, I've forgotten that all of these pages exist. 16 total discs have been found. How many upgrade discs do you think we have? I bet we could find out. These are all outdoor rooms. Sorry guys, I've been scrolling through my info trying to find out where I might have gotten anything about experimenting at lab. I want to basically I want to check my assumptions about laboratory and experiments. I think they're very helpful in and of themselves because we often like increase our allowance and other things. But what is their tidal radiation? What is their tidal radiation? Okay, how many upgrade discs do you think we've used? I think spare green room is 1. We made spare room into a green room. I think we made bedroom closet, potentially. I don't remember, but I think it might have just been a closet originally. It's an upgrade. It literally tells you. Okay. This is good news. I wish I could scroll through. So that's 1 upgrade. Parlor got upgraded? I don't remember that. Break room got upgraded. That's 3. 4 for bedroom closet. 5 for storeroom. I remember that now. 6 for breakfast nook. 7. Nope, sorry. Shit. 6 for breakfast nook. This is helpful because it will tell us exactly how many we are missing in terms of upgrade discs. Not a lot of upgrades over here. Are we at 7 or are we at 6 for breakfast nook? Fuck. I don't remember. I think we were at 6. But I said 7. Mailroom, we'll call that 7. Oh my god. Mechanical red room, green room, hallway, bedroom, shop, black print, blueprint, upgrade. We'll call that 8. Objective is interesting. Okay, so real quick, let me double check. 8 by the end of the numbered rooms. Let me just double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then breakfast nook became 6, so that means we are at 8. Breakfast nook became 6, then mailroom became 7. Aquarium became 8. Sorry. Okay, so we're at 8. 9 for boudoir. 10 for Geist bedroom. 11 for indoor nursery. This is where a ton of our upgrades went. 12, 13 for bunk room. 14 for hallway. I'm just double checking here. So we're at 14. 15 for courtyard. 16 for cloister of Rena. So I believe we have found all upgrade discs. That is good to know. That's very good to know. Glad we did that math. Okay. We're cursed. The goal here is just to quickly find a treasure trove or a something or other. And then go from there. We don't know what cursed will do for a black room. So I guess that's something. We have to just draft blue blue rooms, basically. Okay. Just trying to draft good rooms without losing shit. Cursed for 2 days. That sucks. I don't really want to give up on the opportunity to draft treasure trove each day, but I can always just skip a day, basically. But we knew this would happen. I wonder if it's because I put so much money in. I feel like my last time I was cursed, it lasted like 1 day. I put in a lot of money, you know? I do have to take hallway, unfortunately. But we get the key back. Going towards the corner. Treasure trove into the corner. Perfect. Okay, that did nothing for us. In terms of, like, it didn't take away anything. Okay. Screenshots. Blue with the sun. This box 19. Next 4 boxes marked by moons contain false statements. Holy shit. That's big if true and also big if not true. Shops take what away from me again? We were actually kind of dead-ended, so it would be really interesting to try and get money here. But I don't have the gems for it anyways. I just realized. Our goal here is conservatory, I think, or lost and found. Nothing else really matters. We'll take lost and found. We lose one of everything, which is okay. Lost our lunchbox. Man, our lost and found thing is just not working out. I'm obsessed with this fucking room, and it's just not working out. Okay. So, we need to call it a day inside of probably break room. We didn't get a sledgehammer. That's okay. Okay. We're going to call it an episode right there. We're cursed, which is a little bit of an unfortunate way to start next episode, but I'm not worried. We can get quickly through them. We've gotten a couple new treasure troves. We've looked at some puzzles in new ways. Our letter puzzle, some of our clues in a new clue. We're thinking through it. Nothing solid this episode in terms of progress, as far as I know. But the thing about progress in puzzle games is you don't always know when you're making it. Sometimes thinking about a thing in a new way is progress. And sometimes it's a step backwards. On that note, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Until then, bye!